Isaacson, who is a Chief Policy and Political Affairs Officer at the American Jewish Committee, and he joins us from Washington, D.C. Jason, we heard from Reza in Tehran saying Iran is claiming this as a partial victory. We've also heard from the US saying they're hailing it as a victory. This is a complex case. Which way do you see the court having ruled here?
Oh, thank you for asking. I mean, from my perspective, it's comical to hail this as a victory for Iran. It's clearly not. The bulk of these assets, the vast bulk of these assets, are beyond the reach of this decision. It is up to the Iranians and the Americans theoretically to negotiate over the coming couple of years on what to do about the remaining assets. The possibility of negotiations between the United States and Iran is not even remote. It's non-existent. The possibility that at the end of this process, the court would then provide another vehicle, another mechanism to settle these claims, that's not going to happen either. So I don't believe that Iran gained anything from this whole sordid process, which, by the way, let us not forget, is based on the fact that Iran was responsible for the killing of 241 U.S. Marines in 1983, followed by, of course, 58 French soldiers a short while later because of its support for terrorism. So Iran does not deserve these assets. These assets should be used to compensate victims, not to compensate the Iranian regime.
So the international court ruled that it had no jurisdiction over that point that you make with regards to whether the US is legally allowed to use it for compensation. But at stake here was $2 billion that was frozen. From your understanding, how much of that is at play here with regards to the compensation that the court has ruled the US should pay?
I must say, I don't know the exact number. I know that it was, 1.75 billion plus interest accumulated over many, many years, and that it was just the remaining sum that was supposedly subject to this ruling. But the bulk of it was outside the jurisdiction of the court. But again, I cannot imagine, could you, the possibility of negotiations between Iran and the United States on almost anything, but certainly not on something in which 241 dead U.S. Marines, should somehow their lives would be ignored. It cannot be ignored by the United States, certainly.
It would definitely be a very difficult negotiation process, as you say. Jason Isaacson, thank you for bringing us that out of Washington, D.C.